Gotta wait for people to join that, don't we?
Yeah, probably.
Can you see if people have joined on this?
Oh yeah,
We could actually see if we join silently.
Yeah.
Yeah, just mute yourself once you join.
It's hard to come up with people. Doesn't come up with. Maybe no one's joined.
That's
No,
just
also-
fine.
It's just ticked over, to be fair.
Pyramid song.
You're live too, no?
Huh?
You're live here. But no one's watching.
I can't see. Where is it live? Oh, I can't.
We better kick it off then. On Facebook. You go to the Instagram
It's
one.
like going crazy, like nothing straight up.
Cool. I got 5 people on there on the Instagram, and I.
Is that all of us?
Oh, there's. All right, cool. All right, let's go.
My mum's watching, if nothing else.
Yes. Hi, Jane. All right. Going to start off with the same song I started off with a couple of weeks ago. About the place I grew up in, where I come from. And yeah, so this one's called Fiberglass Dreamers. I just introduced this as a lovely Beck Rudd on backing vocals, and she'll be singing one song on her own. So yeah, get amongst it. We've got a live audience as well, by the way. It's like those sort of TV shows where they've got a live audience.
Yeah,
a game
studio
show.
audience.
A game show, yeah. A game show.
You can't win anything though. There's no.
And an applause button. Yeah. Alright. Okay, Michael, Peter, Ariel.
Oh, Uncle Richard.
Alright. Now this song's called Fiberglass Dreamers. There's a river that rambles out along the plain, where a white man came to escape the sands of Botany Bay. The earth was deep, the timber tall and strong. After the war, feuds would puzzle off. Menzies' dream manifest in the quarter-acre block. The urban worker shifted in as the stockman shifted out. Fiberglass Dreamers. This is the country from which I came, the place where the eels lie. It's all in the name, from raspberry brambles to hills of iron, bark and shale. It's barely 2 in the year of '89. Canberra won the wind-filled cup, and Gorbachev resigned, and us and machinists bought a little place out on the western line. They were fiberglass dreamers. Winter nights were still and cold. Summer spent the public pools. Over the road, the water deep. My old man's arms thick and strong. when you're young. We'd camp along the coast, from Cuff to Currajong, jump off small town jetties on the setting of the sun. We were Fiberglass Dreamers. And then you turned 17 and I outflanked the suburban dream. There's no bright-eyed girls, no music scene, just has-beens playing slot machines. And where the trains rattled over Darcy Street, scrawled in the stone, it read Destiny. Now that river rolls into the sea, and these blacktop highways spread like branches of a tree. Sometimes you're born far away from where you're meant to be. It's now the year of 2019. 30 spinning blows from that 2-year-old me, but a fiberglass dreamer never forgets his history. Thank you! Well, can you guys not whisper? It's really off. Really off-putting. No whisper.
Yeah.
It's really actually really off-putting.
It is a bit off-putting.
Alright.
We can go over whispering.
Hey everybody! G'day Richard, g'day Glenn,
Who do we have?
Andrew, g'day Nico, Dean, Ariel. Alright, alright.
Alright, I'll leave you be for a bit.
Okay.
Who definitely would say,
Alright, this is a song. Alright, okay, calm down. We've got a few clowns in the room at the moment. You know, everyone's a bloody comedian, aren't they? Okay, so this is
excited
a
to be here.
very excited, a bit too excited, some might say. Okay, so thanks for tuning in on Instagram and Facebook. Really appreciate you know, supporting local Australian music, and it's an absolute pleasure to play for you tonight. And we've got 5 guests in the room, for the Victorian quota is filled. So you know, it was very hard to pick the 5 people, and yeah, it's caused a bit of controversy amongst my friendship group, but that's alright. We can smooth that over later. Okay, this song's a song I wrote recently. It's called Enemies of Reason. Cheers, Mick. My pleasure, mate. Okay, so there we go. Right, I wrote this, finished this last week, so we'll see how we go with it. Gather close, my friends, I'll tell you a story. Around this crackling fire by the bar, it's a tale of twisted minds, proselytizing lies. It's a tale of the enemies of reason. One night, not unlike this cool, clear night, upon a stage, not unlike this here stage, a Pied Piper did a ride, twinkling talismanic eyes. He claimed to speak for the enfeebled and downtrodden, courting the crowd like a soapbox pulpiteer. He spoke of freedom from tyranny and fear. He set seed a charismatic creed no one could rightly disbelieve. The foot soldiers had their leader. He said, I have come from the darkness. I hold dear all your hopes and dreams. I know many A man hath stood before thee, and I guarantee to you all, the Messiah is me. So lend me your ears and your alibis before you heed this piper's battle cry. Effigies of the forgotten horn, far beyond the coffin, your truth is always someone else's lie. His twisted tune spread far and wide, torch-bearing true believers poured more fuel on the pyre, as if history had no weight, death that was ink to date. For anyone who did not see eye to eye, heathens and heretics were required to repent. Felons appeared dutifully everywhere they went, and in their victory songs they sung of right and wrong, and danced on the graves of the battered and the broken. They roared, "We have come out of the darkness by messianic decree, whilst many men hath stood before thee. It is only we who can truly set you free." And so coming from the storm, he and now the piper at the gates of dawn salute his golden horn. Take what is rightfully yours. So did you hearken, my fabled treasured friends? Have you awoken wise, and do you comprehend? Will you follow my lead? For the pipe of piety is not me. Together we'll enkindle the beacon, summon Lady Justice in the name of freedom, rid the land of mad miscreants and demons, wage war upon the enemy of reason. Thank you. Hey, Am. Hey, Dave. Hey, Ash from Spain.
G'day, Dom.
And everyone on Instagram. Oh, and the people in the room, they want kudos too. Hey, Instagram crew. Thanks for joining up. Thanks for spending your Saturday night with me. It's much appreciated in these dark but progressively lightening times. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully soon we'll have live music in the flesh back. Okay, I'm going to play a song that's another song I recently wrote. It's called Pink House. It's about a childhood holiday house we used to stay in when I was younger, down south coast of New South Wales. It's a bit of a nostalgic number. Do you remember the pink house? It looked out to the sea. Do you recall staying there with me? We laugh and tell tall stories about girls and future dreams, drinking backwater bourbon clean. How things change. Time has aged those innocent days. The lines above my brow say the same. There was spirit in our souls, a world before our feet. I don't know about you, but I no longer take cheap bourbon neat. Oh, dearest Giro, this be my ode to you. Take a drive down Crooked River Road, and on that bluff beyond the blue, the pink house stands above the sand. Spring tides would sink our castle, and quiet night we'd call awake, playing punk songs on a couple of pawn shop Fender fakes. How I smile in the small hours when I think of that rickety old place. I feel the lines vanish from my face. Oh, dearest Giro, star upon the sea, take a drive down Crooked River Road and into my reverie. The ocean waves of simpler days now sepia stain. Do you remember the pink house? It looked right out to sea. Thank you, pink house. Can you see who's on there? I just want to. If anyone's saying anything, don't want to make sure I'm communicating as much as possible with everyone who's watching.
Your dad called.
Yeah, you got to call your dad back.
Yeah, he called.
Oh, that. That's classic. That's classic.
That's your dad said it.
That's absolute classic.
We've got Minty, Beck, Essie Williams.
Beck.
We got,
No,
We've got
not me.
Beck, there's heaps of
Beck
Becks. You've got to
Davis.
specify.
There's
Beck
so
Davis,
many
alright, cool.
Becks, you don't even know.
we got double meat.
Alright. Anyway,
Easy square.
There are like 4 Becks at this point. It's very confusing.
thanks everyone again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. It's been a tough time for a lot of people. People, have been put out of work. No live music, particularly, people in sort of bar work, cafes, musicians and so forth. And it's a really positive thing. I think people coming together on the internet to share music, and it'll be good to get back into the scene again. But it's actually been quite enlightening in some senses doing internet gigs, because you get people from all over the world tuning in, which is pretty sensational. So but we're getting through it, and music is what I pretty much live for. So that's the end of my spiel. But I'm going to play another song for you on that note. So this song's called The Wilderness Years. This is a bit of a personal number.
Wilderness or Badlands?
Whoops. Oh, because I don't have it in the thing. We'll do this one now, and we'll just switch them around.
Alright, cool.
So I can't read my own set list, so evidently, But yeah, okay, this is called The Wilderness Years. Sorry, Beck. I put Beck off there because she was expecting another song, which was totally correct. But yeah, I haven't played this one for a while. But it's sort of about a personal journey
This
that
is
I've had.
one of my favourites of Don's, to be honest.
Alright, let's do it. The Wilderness Years. It's Capo 3. lost. I'm here to be found, here to be saved. My ship's run aground. 10 years in the wilderness, rolling the dice to find out what's next. Now here I stand at the edge of the dawn in the city of dreams, Melbourne. The razor lids off my eyes, there's a clearing ahead, I can see the sunlight. It's a long haul flight through a cold and callow night, a journey through the heart of darkness. The toughest times bring out the warrior inside. I look back through the tears, those were the wilderness years. Not quite lost nor found, but the omens are strong. The black cat has left town. I punch pound for pound the prince of the night for control of my mind. I feel that the brambles and vines could creep back on in at any one time. At least now there's a trail in the undergrowth to find my way home. It's a long haul flight through a cold and callow night, a journey through the heart of darkness. The toughest times bring out the warrior inside. I watch the grey skies clear over the wilderness years. Thank you. Quite a personal number, that one. Yeah, it's about moving to Melbourne and trying to re-establish myself, or establish myself as a musician, and
Which you've done.
in the city of the city of creativity, really.
Dreams.
City of dreams, yeah, so to speak. To quote my own lyrics, because that's the kind of vain, you know, sort of self-entitled, you know, hipster I've become. I sound like Tism now, don't I? Humphrey B. Flaubert. Art is short for arterial. Yeah. London, Berlin, Tokyo, Springvale. I might. Could someone get me some wine? There's like five. There's like five of you sitting there. Oh, okay. I've got a little bit to drink.
I'll top you up then. Are you going to do battlers now?
Yeah, I'll do battlers.
Alright, I'll top you up then.
Cool. I need to be topped up for this one.
Battlers.
Passing me.
Yeah, it's about you, Montana.
Yeah, red or white? Thank you, darling.
No, you just got to do it.
It's acts of service.
Who's watching on here?
Oh, I thought you found out.
And more you.
All right. Again, thanks again for tuning in, everyone. This is a song about. This is a song about Jack Mundy and the Green Bands movement. If you're not aware of the Green Bands movement, it was a movement in Sydney in the 1970s, early to mid-70s, where a bunch of trade unionists and community activists got together to save a whole bunch of heritage buildings in the rocks, and the working class people that lived there, who were essentially going to be turfed out by development, and the government of the time, the state government, Robert Askin, was very much in bed with developers. and it took a militant trade union, the Builders and Labourers Federation, and the community activists, particularly around the Rocks area, Nita McRae and a whole bunch of personalities there, to save the Rocks from what was essentially going to be a modernist nightmare of a development. And they also saved Kelly's Bush in Hunters Hill, and were active in other parts of Australia well, such as Fremantle, Melbourne, Adelaide, and so forth. So this is my ode to Jack Mundy, who passed away, I think, earlier this week, or maybe last week. He also played for Parramatta, briefly. And I think went for Magpies. I think he played for the Magpies. Rugby League, for those of you unacquainted.
Parramatta Hills!
You're a Panther supporter, Montana. If your family's watching this, they're not going to be happy.
I know, I was going to say
Parramatta tune.
Parramatta doesn't matter.
Alright. Okay. Alright, let's give it a go. It's got a lot of lyrics, so we'll see how we go. Take two. It was October of 1973. Near 100 battlers gathered in the cold, some singing, others stoking fires to keep warm. They were flanked by two militant trade unionists, Jack Mundy and Joe Owens of the BLF. That stands for the Builders and Labourers Federation. Tension rose with the sun. Some say you could cut the air with a knife. From mechanics to midwives, ordinary people standing up for their rights to be effective. They knew they had to organise, and they had, as the RRAG, that stands for the Rocks Residents Action Group. Battlers on barricades linked their arms in solidarity, raise a glass to those heady days. Dare to struggle, dare to struggle, dare to win. The premier of the day was a bloke called Robert W. Askin. And the big end of town, well, they never had to ask him twice. See, the battle saw their heritage, where he saw dollar signs. And so he stacked the SCRA. That stands for the Sydney Cove Redevelopment Authority. Now Mundy mustered the rank and file. Askin's lucky he's called the cops. Frank Packer rolled out his rotten rag, condemning them all as corrupt commies and crooks. How do you keep the kindled flame? To whom do you pass the torch? When your words are doused in deceit and thrown off every Tom, Dick and Harry's front porch. Battlers on barricades linked their arms in solidarity, raise a glass to those heady days. Dare to win. From the fight for old Freo to the Melbourne city bars, to the plumbers and gas fitters of fair Adelaide, Sydney Push helped take Frank Thiemann to task. Moonlight as a memory, stonewalled each time. proving that if united you stand, you can change the paradigm. Battlers on barricades link their arms in solidarity, raise a glass for those heady days. Dare to struggle, dare to win. I sing this song for Nita McRae and a ragtag crew, for Tommy Uran. They don't make polys like him anymore. And for Mundy, Pringle and Owens and all their labourers too. Who do they think they are, scoffed Askin? Well, they're worth a bucket load more than Abe Saffron's been paying you. So next time you're up Playfair Street or sinking schooners at the Fortuna Wall, snake in the Sydney sandstone on some harbourside crawl, be sure to recognise this place was so nearly razed to the ground. It stands today proudly as a vestige of the rebel-rousing radicals of old Sydney town. Battlers on barricades link their arms in solidarity, raise a glass to those heady days. Dare to struggle, dare to win. Thank you. That was quite tough to get through. Made a few mistakes.
You dare to struggle, Dom.
Dare to struggle, dare
But
to
yeah,
win.
dare to struggle, dare to win. Dare to struggle. There's a lot of lyrics, isn't
Very
there?
well. It's very good.
It's about the message, not the execution. That's what happens when you write too many lyrics.
Who do we have here? Emma.
Who's in the?
Harry. Ayash. Oh, Ayash wants to see the audience. Shall we show him the audience?
Oh, you want to do?
We can show some audience.
Oh, Wheatbelt.
Oh, we can parade the audience in front of the camera.
Can we say hi
Yeah.
to Ayash?
Yeah, why don't you guys strut past? That'd be really nice.
Hi everyone!
Yeah, this is the audience. This is Hannah.
Hi!
This is Rian. That was the other guy was Ryan. Come on, Jono. This is Jono. This is
Hey
It's
guys!
only 5 people. We're not
Yes.
breaking the law.
We're not breaking the law. This is our illustrious audience, you know? The privileged, the chosen ones. The chosen ones. I am the chosen one. Ah, hey, Essie.
This is
British Lolly Shop. G'day, Jane.
Oh,
The
Mum.
Holy Boot. No, there's another Jane. Jane Cameron.
We all
Jane
have-
Cook. I mean,
There's
this
too
is
many-
just, yeah.
Too many Janes,
too
too many Becks. It's very confusing.
Well, it's just because this is just such a huge gig. I mean, there's Instagram and Facebook are really struggling under the pressure of just the billions of people that are watching this. I mean, you know, I've got major labels trying to knock down my door.
You're very sorry.
So, you know, we've got to have a bit of banter. Margaret wants Powderfinger. Oh, I don't know any Powderfinger songs.
I like this.
These days there's a nothing like. Alright, okay, let's do it. Alright, this is Wheatbelt Girl. Played this last time. We did Isolation, an isolation gig. It's about, it's a story I made up when I was driving through the wheat belt of Western Australia on the way from Esperance back to Perth. Stunning country out there. Amazing vegetation. Geology is just out of control. The beaches are as white as white, and wave rock. That's
Whitest
pretty
sand
cool.
in the world.
Whitest sand in the world, apparently, or Southern Hemisphere or something. Or was it world?
No, it's the world.
Or was it world? Wow. Yeah, it's pretty. The world's pretty big.
It's like emu export, but sand.
Emu export. Yeah, I had some emu export better. pretty. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah. Anyway, this song's about it's a hypothetical story about a girl who grew up in a wheatbelt town, in WA.
Better than the Bible Belt.
What? Winston Hill, the Hills District of Sydney. Oh, yeah. Sorry, no offence to anyone who lives in the Hills District. But there's heaps of Christian
Scott
lunatics there.
Morrison's not cheating.
No, he's from the other,
I hope he
the other.
is.
He's from kind of like the other Bible Belt, the southern. Anyway, it's hard to try to explain
Oh, the
Sydney
Camden
geography and
area.
demographics to Melbourne people is difficult.
The Camden area.
It's Capo 1.
Camden?
Yeah.
No, he's not from Camden. Capo 1. Sorry, but yep, it's Capo 1 people. Anyway, I'll stop shooting the shit. Sorry. Language warning. Language warning. Language
That
warning.
never comes before.
Explicit language. It's like I'm in a hip hop band, eh? That's how radical I am. Alright, so this is called Wheatbelt Girl. Let's do it, Beckles. Oh, Rebecca Rudd on the vocals. Oh, there's a lot of crunching going on in the background. Nibbly. You got nibblies up there? And it's just like, you know,
Who's the whisperers?
it's just a complete lack of professionalism by my friendship group. You know, you invite people around and then they just do that to you. I'm joking, Minty, it's a joke.
Swiping right through a pack of faces. You're looking for kings in a deck of jokers. The bar in a dive, it's a fucking sinkhole. Girl, you're digging for diamonds in a dust bowl. Some bed, still wine on your breath. You roll over to another small town man, slipping out the door, leaving no traces. Girl, you're looking for love in all the wrong places. So cold in this Wheatbelt town, where the tractor boys just drive round and round. See a cross tree rise in a field of gold. You're that grass tree, baby, out there on your own.
You gotta take this street. There's no time for chasing. There's no fairy tales. No perfect strangers. Swiping right through that deck of faces.
Girl, you're looking for love in all the wrong places. And you feel so cold in this Wheatbelt town, where the tractor boys just drive round and round. See a cross tree rise in a field
done, Beck. That's Beck's first time, the first time Beck has performed a song, an entire song live. And that's a pretty amazing achievement for someone who is inherently scared of the camera. To do that is absolutely incredible and really amazing achievement. So kudos to you, Beck. I'll have a glass of wine for you, and then I'll have another 10 just for myself. Well done, Beckles.
I'll leave you to it for the last.
Well, the next song's about you, actually, isn't it?
That's true. Literally the opposite of gay.
Oh, didn't know about the Royal Oak Hotel, Mick. Wasn't aware of that. I'll have to look that up. It's not good at all.
Oh, there's 18 new comments. That's
How do you
exciting.
go
Click,
down?
click the.
I don't want to make it. I don't want to ruin it.
I'm not ruining it.
Yeah, I know you live there, Pete. That's why I said it.
Oh, you guys are so
Especially
nice.
for you.
Thank
Especially
you.
for you, Pete. It's the kind of guy that I am. Who's on Instagram? Can't look at the Instagram thing. Jane, British Lolly Shop. There's Colin Bowd. Look at him go. The Enigma. Ground control. Major Colt.
Oh, that's Mum.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Megan. Hello.
Megan.
No, my friend
Oh,
Megan.
oh, okay. Sorry. There's so many. It's just inundated with
I need to
support.
be more doms.
I don't think so. That's a bad idea.
Oh,
All right, we've got-
so nice.
Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate it. We love local live music. We love community vibes. We love, venues and live music and creativity in general. And, playing gigs online has been a way of getting through what has been a difficult time for everyone. And, just sharing a bit of sort of collective spirit, I guess, and sharing music and sharing the good vibes. It's been really helpful as a way of getting by for not only me and Beck, but pretty much everyone I know. So yeah, it's a pleasure to play for everyone tonight, and I appreciate everyone taking the time to listen to my music, and it means a lot to me. So thanks for tuning in. I've got 2 more songs. This one's about Beck, actually. Never played this live.
I love it.
Yeah, I've never played this live, actually. So, yeah, and then we've got another collaborative number on the end, a bit of a pseudo sea shanty, land shanty sort of thing.
A land shanty.
Land shanty. There's a few dilettantes in the crowd here. It's just security. Sorry, I can't use a capo. No, I'm just looking at the people that.
Nailed it.
Yeah, Pete, I know you like a bit of banter, Peter Bowd. I know you like a bit of banter. It's all about banter. Banter, you need banter, otherwise what is there? There's nothing. Everyone's too serious, aren't they? So that's the way I get by, talking shit and writing music. Right, okay, let's do it. This is called Blood on the Vine. There's a borderline inside of you. Where reason dies and lies writ true. Fill your glass with wine, my love. Tint your lips with the blood of the vine. And you'll feel fine. There's a borderline, it cuts through you. for which they have pills dedicated to. Fill your mind with happy thoughts, but we know that don't work every time. You're on the borderline. A celestial sign waits for you. Jesus' blood in a silver suit. It's a goon bag. I can see you're on the brain. So take this covenant and drink from it, and you'll feel fine. You'll feel fine. You'll feel fine. You'll feel fine. Thank you. Dedicated to Beck Rudd. Beck Rudd, who likes her wine.
Beck, would you like a wine?
Yeah. Beck, would you like a wine? I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say. How many times have I heard that?
I think that's when it's
Sorry.
Ian Murray. Murray and Templin. G'day fellas, how you going? Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so this comes to our last song of the evening.
Oh no! Oh, the fellas are
Don't worry, Montana. Last song for these guys, but you know, we've got our private little party in here, don't we? It's a
no one else is allowed, right?
It's a seven-person
We can go outside and invite
hedonistic, you know.
You guys need another chair?
We got it. We used that.
All right, so we're just waiting for the troops. I'll explain the song in a second. Sorry, get this out of the way. I need the lyrics. As we all know, I can't remember the lyrics to my own songs, people. But
To be fair, they're quite dense.
yeah,
And Ryan, you're not in the frame then.
Ryan, you're not in the frame. Ryan, get in the frame.
Ryan, get in the frame, hey! Hey. Come on, Ryan.
Thanks everyone for joining.
Come on, Ryan, you can join in.
Thanks, British Lolly Shop. Oh, Akshay! Woo! Legend. Legend, absolute legend. That boy was suave. Bangalore's answer to
Michael.
Elvis Presley, I thought. Okay.
Okay. What was
The boys.
Ian, I'm not really interested in what Chris has to say about anything because he's a rugby union supporter.
Oh, come on.
I'm just joking. We've got a South African in the crowd. Sorry. Like in the real, like the actual physical crowd. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Anyway, no one cares about Super, whatever it is, except Rian. But he's South African, so I mean, well, you can't really. What can you do? Ouch. He's pretty nice for a South African, though. That was a joke.
This is like live, right?
Yeah, I know. But I know all the. I think I know all the people because I'm not that popular. So I think everyone knows me. I'm joking. I love. Yeah, I'm a global unit. I'm an absolutely global unit. All right, time to be serious. Because Ian Murray threw me off. This song is about another working class hero of mine, a trade unionist and a supporter of the arts based in Footscray. George Seelaf was his name, for those unacquainted. And he did a lot for the community around here in terms of fighting for better working conditions, but also advocating for the arts within the working class community that is the inner western suburbs of Melbourne. And he was a big supporter of this idea that, you know, that art and art forms in general should not be a monopoly of the wealthy, and that, you know, you should be able to foster an artistic enterprise and creativity within traditionally working class communities, you know, such as Footscray. And he sort of, with help from a bunch of other people, started the Footscray Community Arts Centre, and yeah, so he's a bit of a local hero of mine, and so I penned this land shanty, pseudo land shanty, about George Seelaf, who died in 1988. Sorry, 88. So this is to you, George Seelaf, and the labour movement in general, for everything they've done to help the plight of working class people. All right, let's do it, guys. Shipwreckers, son, bred of iron and mud, came of age in the Depression. The yard gang sparrow, steely resolve, the lean years forged him in fire. Down the meatworks he toiled, many carcass to spoil, but his main game was much higher order. All aboard the progress train, Mr. Seelaf, with who we be riding. Come in from the rain, it's a numbers game. There is power in banding together. See a rising tide lifts all boats high. Get in your tinny and join the armada. We'll map out our course for waters calm and defend our working class culture. To the winds of change we hoist our sail. George Seelaf, you are our captain. The art he maintained, not just a domain for those east of the Yarra. And higher wages alone might put meat on your bones, but please consider the bigger picture. George furnished our minds with thespians and bards, and the machinery that built social power. A saint of the Scray, I revere to this day, your sermon forever in session. He turned down a job up the big end of town, citing his beliefs as incongruent. A lesson to us all about men dyed in blue wool, on sincerity, faith and passion. About how the great slippery swindle of the unchecked elite can be contained by hands held unbroken, forged in the back streets that now bear his name. The patriot sage of ye old Footscray, where iron and mud will forever stay. George Seelaf, it's your flag I'm flying. Oh, I didn't hit that note really well. Sorry.
That's okay, because Ryan nailed it.
Ryan nailed it. Ryan nailed it.
It's a team effort.
It's that natural vibrato. That natural vibrato. Sorry.
Good job.
Got nervous.
Great, guys. I love it.
All right, so
I thought you would be singing too, Jono.
thanks for tuning in, everyone. That's all for tonight. That was Ryan Finnegan and on the vocals, Jono Pye on the guitar and vocals. and also obviously me on the vocals.
Dumb Rogers.
Many thanks to Ryan and Jono for helping set everything up today and making it work smoothly in terms of both Instagram and Facebook. Thanks to everyone who is tuned in. As I said before, it's much appreciated. Music is life in terms of what I believe, and in terms of I can't really live without it. And it's been difficult in recent months without going to gigs and socialising and getting inspired by other people's music and what other people have to say and that whole scene. So I think these gigs are just a little taste of why music and culture in general and artistic expression is so important in society, and it has to be fostered it has to be fostered and basically expressed, and so thanks everyone again for tuning in. Beck Rudd, absolute legend. How good was that on the backup vocals, and then singing Wheatbelt Girl by herself, first time ever. Yeah, this is the road to big things. This is Hollywood Bowl stuff. Move over, someone. Taylor Swift. There we go. So, yeah, Glenn. Sorry, I know Glenn. Relax, Glenn. That was a bit idiosyncratic. Okay, but thanks everyone for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your nights. Not plural. And keep it real. And thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom.
Peace out. Hopefully the next gig will be IRL. Thank you very much. Troubadours and true believers. I don't know why they haven't turned off. My technical assistant has not turned off. Ryan.
What?
Ryan!
I'm still live.
What?
It's like a news program where they're like, oh, and the camera.